What's up guys, this is Dennis with Luke Zan Jewelry. Thank you so much for tuning in today. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about 3 different millimeters when it comes to the Cuban Figaro hybrid chain. So with that being said, let's get started. All right guys, so the 3 millimeters I'm going to be showing you guys is the 5.5 millimeter, the 6 millimeter, and the 7 millimeter. Now they are all solid sterling silver 925. And to give you a very brief introduction on this chain, if you haven't seen it before, it is a Cuban chain combined with a Figaro chain. 2 iconic chain designs, respected in the marketplace, very sought after chains combined into one, making this beautiful hybrid chain. All right guys, so the point of this video is to give you guys an idea on how these chains look like next to each other, the 5.5, the 6, and the 7, just to give you guys a better idea compared to just going to the website and seeing a chain with a white background on it. And so that way you can see the millimeters next to each other so you can decide which one is the right one for you. Now let's talk about the 5.5. This is actually one of my first chains when I got into the Cuban link chains. I got a 5.5 millimeter chain, and that was an everyday standard chain for me. It fit good, it had a nice weight to it, it wasn't overwhelming, and it just fit good. And I will say the same thing for the 5.5 millimeter. Now when it comes to some of you guys that like the larger millimeters, for example the 8 millimeter, the 9, the 10 millimeter, I would still say the 5.5 is a very good chain to add to your jewelry chain collection. Why? And that is because it's a good chain to stack and it's a good chain to layer. Personally, you can't go wrong with a 5.5 millimeter. It has a nice weight to it. So let's move on to the 6 millimeter. Now, even though we moved on from a 5.5 and now jumped into a 6, the difference is just 0.5. It's not a humongous jump and it's not a humongous difference when it comes to the price or the weight, but you are going to notice it on the neck. You have to keep in mind that when you're wearing a chain, the millimeter makes a difference and the weight makes a difference. One of the important things to do guys is go to the website, check out how much the chain weighs when it comes to the length. If you are a 24-inch person, you go and check the weight on the 24 inches. It's just an estimate, but it gives you an idea on how much the chain actually weighs. And the story continues. I jumped into the 5.5 millimeter as one of my first Cuban chains. Then I jumped into the 6 millimeter. I made a video on that. I purchased a 14 karat 6 millimeter gold chain. I love it. I like it. I got it at 22 inches, and now I am wanting to jump to a 7 millimeter 20 inches. And so it just varies from time to time. I love both of these 3 millimeters. Like I said, I started at a 5.5. I jumped into a 6 already, and now I am wanting to jump into a 7 millimeter. You do begin to move up in millimeter over time, and you begin to add a little bit more weight to the neck. You begin to add a little bit more millimeter on the neck, and honestly that is a truth for many people as well. And so when it comes to the 7 millimeter, that is a sweet spot for many of you guys on the larger side. You guys do not do anything smaller than 7 millimeter, and I totally understand why. For some of you guys need something that is more heavy, something that is more larger in millimeter, that is going to stand out for you guys, and the millimeter perfect for that is a 7 millimeter. Now these 3 millimeters that I'm showing you guys, the 5.5, the 6, and the 7, is more on the medium size when it comes to the millimeters. If you want something larger, you're going to look into the 8 millimeter, the 9, the 10, the 12 millimeter. And if you're looking for something a little bit smaller, you're going to look at the 2 millimeter, the 3 millimeter, the 4 millimeter. Now with that being said, the 5.5, the 6, and the 7 will fit very nice for some of you guys that are wanting something a little bit more casual, especially the 5.5. And if you want something that is going to be a little bit more noticeable, have more weight, is going to be the 7 millimeter. Now, when it comes to the Cuban Figaro hybrid chain, it is a very nice chain to add to your jewelry chain collection. It adds a little bit more diversity in your collection. It adds a little bit more uniqueness to your jewelry chain collection. And so guys, this is a very unique chain. It is a beautiful chain. And so I hope this video at least give you guys an idea on these 3 millimeters. Like always, if you can, put the fire emoji, the wave emoji in the comments below, just letting me know that you watched this video all the way to the end. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.